What happens when a franchise desperately chasing its next championship window collides with one of the most underrated two-way guards in NBA history? The Los Angeles Lakers are about to find out, as whispers around the league suggest they're eyeing Portland Trail Blazers veteran Jrue Holiday in what could be the most impactful trade of the 2025 offseason. The Lakers have been busy this summer, and their recent flurry of moves tells a story of urgency that should have every basketball fan paying attention. After securing Marcus Smart on a two-year $11 million deal following his buyout from Washington, then adding DeAndre Ayton and Jake LaRavia to their roster, Los Angeles is clearly operating with championship or bust mentality. But here's the thing, none of those moves by themselves transformed the Lakers into legitimate title contenders. Holiday, however, might be the missing piece that elevates them from playoff hopeful to championship favorite. The Smart connection that makes perfect sense. Let's talk about what pairing Marcus Smart with Jrue Holiday would mean for the Lakers' defensive identity. We're potentially looking at one of the most suffocating backcourt combinations in recent NBA memory. Smart brings that defensive player of the year pedigree and the kind of tenacity that can change the entire complexion of a game. Holiday brings championship experience, elite perimeter defense, and the basketball IQ that comes from being battle-tested in the biggest moments. Think about what opposing teams would face trying to attack this Lakers back. You've got Smart, who can guard point guards through small forwards and isn't afraid to take a charge from a freight train. Then you've got Holiday, whose defensive versatility has been proven on championship teams with both Milwaukee and Boston. This isn't just about individual talent, it's about creating a defensive culture that could define the Lakers' identity for years to come. The beauty of this potential pairing lies in their complementary skill sets. While Smart brings the emotional intensity and defensive disruption, Holiday provides the steady leadership and clutch gene that championship teams require. When the playoffs arrive and rotations tighten, having two guards who understand how to impact winning without needing 20 shots per game becomes invaluable. The Portland situation? Nobody's talking about. Here's where this gets really interesting. Holiday reportedly wasn't thrilled about being traded to Portland in the first place. Multiple sources have indicated he was frustrated with the move from Boston, a championship contender, to Portland, a rebuilding franchise. This creates exactly the kind of situation where both player and team might be motivated to find a mutually beneficial solution. For Portland, Holiday represents veteran leadership on a young roster, but he also represents a significant financial commitment on a team that's clearly focused on development rather than immediate contention. With Damian Lillard expected to return from injury for the 2026-27 season, the Trailblazers have time to build around their young core without needing Holiday's immediate impact. The health concerns surrounding Holiday add another layer of complexity to this situation. Reports suggest his trade to Portland was delayed due to red flags in his physical, specifically knee-related issues that are apparently common knowledge around the league. This could work in the Lakers' favor, potentially lowering his trade value while still giving them access to a player who averaged 11.1 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 3.9 assists while shooting 44.3% from the field and 35.3% from three-point range last season. The trade package that actually makes sense according to reports? A potential trade would see the Lakers send Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, and Dalton Knecht to Portland in exchange for Holiday. On the surface, this might seem like the Lakers are giving up a lot, but let's break down why this could benefit both teams significantly. For Los Angeles, they'd be trading away role players for a proven championship contributor, who immediately slots into their starting lineup as a shooting guard. Hachimura has been solid but inconsistent. Vincent is coming off an injury-plagued season, and Knecht, while promising, is still a rookie finding his way in the league. Holiday, meanwhile, brings 2 championship rings and the kind of playoff experience that can't be taught. From Portland's perspective, they'd be getting younger and more flexible while adding depth across multiple positions. Hachimura provides frontcourt scoring and rebounding. Vincent offers backcourt depth on an expiring contract. And Knecht represents the kind of young, developing talent that fits perfectly with their timeline. It's the kind of deal that helps both teams accomplish their respective goals. The championship window reality check. What makes this potential trade so compelling is how it addresses the Lakers' most pressing need: reliable two-way players who can contribute in high situations. LeBron James isn't getting any younger, and while Luka Doncic brings elite offensive creation, the Lakers need players around them who can defend, shoot, and make winning plays when it matters most. Holiday's championship pedigree can't be overstated. He was instrumental in Milwaukee's 2021 title run and played a crucial role in Boston's championship last season. When you're trying to compete with teams like the defending champion Celtics, having players who understand what championship-level basketball looks like becomes essential. The timing also works in the Lakers' favor. Holiday is 35 years old, which means he's likely motivated to maximize his remaining championship opportunities. Playing alongside LeBron and Luka in Los Angeles represents exactly the kind of situation where his skills would be maximized. and his championship experience would be most valuable. The financial chess game here is where things get tricky for the Lakers. Holiday has 3 years remaining on his contract, which complicates their plans to maintain salary cap flexibility for the 2026 offseason. This is the classic win now versus future flexibility dilemma that every contending team faces. However, the Lakers' championship window might be more limited than they'd like to admit. LeBron is 40 years old and playing on potentially his final contract. Waiting for the perfect financial situation might mean missing their best opportunity to compete for another championship with their current core. The question becomes whether the Lakers are willing to mortgage some future flexibility for a legitimate chance at a championship in the next 2 seasons. Given LeBron's age and the competitive landscape of the Western Conference, the answer should probably be yes. The ripple effect across the league if this trade happens, it would send shockwaves throughout the NBA landscape. The Lakers would immediately vault into serious championship contention, joining teams like Boston, Denver, and Phoenix as legitimate title threats. More importantly, it would signal that Los Angeles is in on maximizing LeBron's final years, potentially triggering other win-now moves around the league. The Western Conference is already loaded with talent, but adding Holiday to the Lakers' mix would create another elite defensive backcourt to complement their offensive firepower. It's the kind of move that could shift the entire balance of power in the West and force other contenders to respond with moves of their own. The verdict on championship ambition: at the end of the day, this potential trade represents everything that makes NBA team building so fascinating. You have the Lakers trying to maximize a closing championship window, Portland looking to build for the future, and Holiday caught in the middle as a proven winner, who just wants to compete at the highest level. The basketball fit is undeniable. The timing makes sense for all parties involved, and the potential impact on the championship race would be immediate and significant. Whether the Lakers have the courage to pull the trigger on a deal that compromises their future flexibility for present championship hopes remains to be seen. But if they're serious about giving LeBron and Luka the best possible supporting cast, Jrue Holiday represents exactly the kind of proven championship-tested veteran who could make the difference between another playoff disappointment and banner. Number 18. What do you think about this potential block? Would adding Jrue Holiday make the Lakers legitimate championship contenders, or are they better off maintaining flexibility for the future? Drop your thoughts in the comments and smash that like button if you're as intrigued as we are by this championship-chasing chess match that could reshape the entire NBA landscape.